Oh, here we go. Episode 1, Sunday Morning Coffee. Y'all are probably wondering, what the hell are you doing, John? What are you doing? We hadn't seen you in years, and now you pop up with an hour long. I don't know if this is going to be an hour. Maybe it'll be an hour. Maybe it'll be 30 minutes, 45 minutes. But here I am. I know, long time no see, long time no chat. Things have been crazy. And I always say that. Let's be honest here. People that say things have been crazy, nothing's been crazy. I've been busy living life, having kids, running a business, trying to figure out who I am. And it gets busy. Sometimes these little side projects have to take a little back seat. But the one thing that I've learned in the past couple years is I miss that creative space. I just miss it. There's something about turning on the camera and click and go that I miss. So this is it. Sunday morning coffee. Why Sunday morning coffee? It's because it's that one time. It's that one time a week. As a husband, as a dad, as a employer of people, that I just get a little break to myself. Usually 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm out here just doing my thing. And now that I no longer have a therapist, you guys are going to become my therapist. I know you didn't sign up for it. I just kind of sprung that on you last minute, but fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. My therapist retired, actually. December 31st was her last day. 40-something years in the game. Could you imagine doing something for 40 years and then you wake up one day and it's gone? It's gone. And that's kind of, I've been in therapy 2 years now, almost 2 years. And I kind of feel the same way, but in a different aspect, where it's like I've been with this person for 2 years, twice a month. I'm going in, I'm sitting down on the couch and just spilling the beans. And then you wake up one day and it's gone. So congratulations, y'all get the tea. Probably not all the tea, but you're gonna get some tea. And this is, I don't know what this is gonna be. If I'm being honest with you, it's a therapeutic relief for me to just speak what's on my mind and just talk for an hour, 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she retired. Doc, she was, I never knew how fucked up I was in the head until I started going to therapy. And then I realized we're all out here just doing the best we can. We all got childhood trauma and stuff going on. And it helped me kind of peel back the onion that is John. Because to be honest with you, I wasn't even sure if I knew who John was. And I'm not trying to get like too sappy on you, but I need that. Now, I am searching for like a legit therapist, but for right now, this is what we got. This is what we got. And I've been talking about doing a podcast in some shape or form for the past several years. But then everybody came out with the freaking podcast. All of my homies got them. I listened to them. But it got kind of played out podcast. I didn't want to be that. I damn sure didn't want to do a podcast on DJ and production and entertainment. I deal with that shit on a regular basis, and it's what I do. It's not who I am. And I think for a long time, I kind of let those demons get in my head that this is what I do and who I am. And that shit probably drove me a little crazy, if I'm being honest with you. Sorry for the language. This is another thing trying to discover me. Those who have been on my channel before know I try to keep it PG, but I'm not a PG guy anymore. I'm 35, 2 kids, 10 years of marriage. I employ people. Like, why put on a front for YouTube or for anybody? If I'm going to do it, if I'm going to put on a front, it damn sure is not going to be for people that I don't know. Why? So this is me. This is me. These are my thoughts. There's nothing in here that is fake or made up. I'm literally just spitting off the dome. but I'm not a rapper. So Sunday morning, that's the time I get to myself. I'm going to try to clear and rattle my thoughts, get primed for the week, and hopefully get some new friends along the way. You tell me your problems. I mean, I find it best to share these experiences with other people because, again, I feel like we're all going through the same thing. We're all doing the best we can because that is literally all we can do. I didn't need a therapist until I started leading people. Little did I know that leading people would be the most stressful shit I would ever do in my life. Being a husband, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's easier than leading people. Being a dad also, in a sense, is leadership because you're leading these little tiny humans that look up to you for everything. Dad, I gotta go potty, and they're looking at you. Dad, I want something to drink, and they're looking at you. Marriage isn't like that because it's two adults who are self-sufficient, but being a leader is a lot like being a dad, just kind of leading people to a thing they could do for themselves, but you got to get them there. And it's tough. My kids, they're easy at this point. They're 4 and 1. Like, they rely on me for everything. But when you're talking to an adult, it's just different. Something's different. You have to lead them in a gentler way, if that makes sense. And that in itself is a mind fuck. Like, you shouldn't have to be gentle with these people, but you have to be gentle with these people. Otherwise, people think you're an asshole or they think you're being mean. And my kids don't think I'm mean. They know that what dad says goes. And it's kind of the same way with my employees. They know what the boss says goes. But you got to be gentle with people. And sometimes I'm not even gentle with myself, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm rambling, but this is what this space is. This is what this space is going to be. And I'm sure something will bleed in from work and what I do. But if that's what you're looking for, this ain't the place. This ain't the place. Because I don't know what I'm looking for. I think growing a business really fast put me on a fast track to burnout, which is wild and insane. Because I never thought I would be the guy that was getting burnt out doing the thing that he loved to do. But I stopped doing the thing that I loved to do a long time ago. Once you start writing people's paychecks, there's no more doing what John wants to do. You have to do what's better for the greater good of the company. And ultimately, it becomes, I think it's like you're circling the drain. If that makes sense. I don't know if it does or not. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. You start off doing the thing that you want to do, and then you want to grow it. That's where humans as a whole, and maybe I feel like it's probably Americans. I don't know. I got a lot of people that like listen to what I have to say for no good reason. But I feel like a lot of Americans just aren't like satisfied with the status quo. And that's me too. So you start a business and then you want to grow the business because you figure, hey, if I can do it, I can train somebody else to do it. If I can train somebody else to do these things, then I can make money off their back. But then the more people that you train, you realize you stop doing the thing that you actually want to do. Now you're just training people. And then once you get them trained, it's dealing with the payroll and the taxes and the emotions that come with leading people, which is not what I signed up for. That's not what I signed up to do. I wanted to not go back to working a full-time job, if I'm being honest. Let's throw it out there. I thought I thought if I could just keep doing this, I won't have to go back to work. Because at work, like, you got people looking over your shoulder and shit, and I'm not. Once you get a little taste of that freedom, it's hard to give it up. It's hard to give it up. And I tell my wife now, she knows, like, if I go bankrupt, there's not a chance in hell I'm going back to work. I might go back to work. Let me take that back. Never say never, right? But if I do go back to work, it's going to be for a very finite amount of time. 6 months, I'm back out doing something, because it's just not who I am. I want to create. And over the past couple years, as business has gotten crazy, I haven't done enough creating. I've done a whole bunch of managing and organizing and kind of keeping it between the rails. But as far as creating, I hadn't done much of that at all. And that's not good for my mental health. I think if you can look back, I think that's back when I started therapy, because I realized that I was a doer and not a creator. And that sounds kind of crazy. If you're a believer or faith-based person, that probably sounds like I'm dumb or psycho. I don't know. But I realized that I need to get back to creating something, whether it's turning on the camera and talking to who knows how many people, listening to your problems, trying to analyze them and listen, trying to see how they fit within my problems or what, or, getting back to making things, whether it be music or content. I freaking hate that word now, content. Everybody's a content creator. Everybody, as a part of doing business now is you got to be a full-time like content creator. And I didn't sign up to do that shit either. Like, I started my YouTube channel because there were people out there that wouldn't tell me the secrets. So as soon as I found out how to do something, why not just share it with everybody? And I think Sunday morning coffee will become the same thing. I don't know everything. I don't. I tell people all the time, I am an idiot. But I'm gonna figure something out. And if I got a problem, I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna figure it out. And if you got a problem, we're gonna figure it out together. And more or less creating things I'm good at, but I feel like creating solutions I'm really good at. And if I can help somebody, mainly myself, that's what I'm going to try to do. I got burnt out working so much and not putting enough time towards John. Things got nuts past COVID. Most people were, in my business at least, most people were taking a dive. We went freaking to the moon. We grew 300%. We grew in a year, and I found myself just spinning my wheels because I was so busy. And now looking back on it, that I realized, that's burnout. I was there, and I was there like 3 months ago. I was there. I think I was on burnout first. And then I hit cruise control because I could kind of manage it. But I feel like this is where I start to, I feel like I'm going to turn them jets on. I'm going to hit that button. Because I feel like I need to, but also because I want to. I know what I'm capable of. And if you see a little bit of success, anybody that has had any slither of success, maybe it's just me, but like if I hit some sort of success, I feel like I could do anything. And I think if you talk to anybody that owns a business or any entrepreneur, like if you run a successful business, and success is relative, really. It is what you make it. But if you take something and from nothing, and then you grow it into something that's a 6-7 figure business, it's a success, right? But you hit that lick and then you feel like you can do anything. And that's where I kind of lost myself and got burned out at the same time. And then when that happened, 2022 came. Um, I had my second child. Or was that 2023? That was 2023. See, that shit is all a blur. I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday. I'm gonna have a tough. I see why men like get dates tatted on their arm. I'm not that guy, but I see why they do it. I had to think about the day I got married a couple weeks ago, and it's like, what? I don't even. Oh yeah, like you gotta really. 5 years ago, I could spout that thing off to you, but now, trying to remember my kids' birthdays and my mom's birthdays, hell, my birthday. I got a lot going on up there in the old brain bank, and I had to really take a pause and like figure out. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. I don't want to ramble. I don't want this to turn into a ramble, so y'all tune out. So I'm trying to stay focused, but this is the same stuff I do in therapy. Like it's a call and response. Doc asks me questions, I respond. I spout out something dumb and now I'm responding to it, but I got burnt out. 2022 hit, I was full flat, like jet fuel rolling. 2023 hit, burnout. 2024, autopilot. And I feel like I handled it well. I saw that level of success and then I was like, oh, I can do anything. Then just started piling that shit on. Different business ventures, different areas of work inside of my own business. Cause again, like you see that level of success and you feel like you can do anything. And I was just doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. And I'm done with that. I'm done. Like my meter is full. I got a wife, 2 kids, 20 employees on any given weekend. Like doing stuff for the sake of doing it, I'm good. I'm good. So I hit burnout, turned on autopilot, and I managed it well. But now that I'm starting to free up some of my resources, some of my time, what I know is I need to get back to being creative. And this is a part of that. There's other parts of that you're not, probably won't see, but being creative, it's a big part of who I am as like a middle-aged dude figuring. I'm not middle-aged, John, shut up. That was stupid. Anyway, I got kids. I don't even know if I updated y'all since then. I got kids, like they're the crazy. It's so wild. Having kids will humble you quickly. We're at the point now, my son, he's 4, he'll be 5 this year. And I don't know if it's my kid or everybody's kid or what, but we're at the point now where it's like, this kid sometimes doesn't listen to anybody. He won't listen to me. He won't listen to his mom. He's just this ball of energy and he has no release. So it just comes out as these little explosive energy bursts. It's crazy. Back in the day, we would have got hit or told to sit down, and we ain't that people no more. Plus, CPS will call you quick. But I remember those moments when I was growing up, and I specifically know that my mom would have kicked my ass. And I'm not about to do that to my I'm not about to do it to my kid. Like I feel like there's a way of handling it now. And my mom, she was doing the best she could. She was doing the best that she could. She was doing what she saw done because her parents did it and their parents did it. But I'm trying to break some childhood. I'm trying to break through some childhood trauma. I don't want my kid to hate me in 30 years. And I don't hate my mom. My mom is good people. We talk every day. She'll be over here tomorrow. But I'm just not going to hit my kid. I'm not going to do it. Now, if he gets out of line, I'll give him a big old thump to the back of the ear and he'll straighten up real quick. Don't call CPS on me. I promise you, I'm a good father. But we've gotten to the point now, where he's got to start listening. Not listening has consequences, and it starts now. It seems crazy to say that at 4 years old, the actions that you take could have some life changing consequences. And at 4, maybe not at 4, but he starts school this year, and like if you go to school and you don't listen or you're like acting out, like you can get chastised at a young age, and that totally affect the next 20 to 30 years of your life. And it's just because you didn't fall in line, or maybe weren't listening, not paying attention, not not being respectful. I tell them all the time, like, kid, you got to focus. There's so many things that are catching his attention. Everything is moving at warp speed in his brain. I can only imagine. I can't even remember back when I was that age. My first memory as a child was kindergarten. And the older I get, the less vivid I see that day. But it starts now. For him at least. Or at least I think it does. I don't know. Like I said, we're all doing the best we can. I'm just trying to navigate that as cleanly, with some care and compassion. I'm just trying to do that. And then my daughter, she is a ball of fire. I have no other way to describe it. My son is dope, but my daughter, she is going to kick some ass. She's not taking anything from anyone, which me and my wife love, because I've been told at times, and I feel this way, that I'm a pushover. I try to be too nice. I want everybody to love John. And there's good traits to that. But when you see a almost 2-year-old baby just not give a fuck, it's the funniest thing on the planet. She'll take my son's toys. He'll start freaking out, and she don't care. She's skipping, walking away, laughing. And just like, you want to react, but at the same time you want to just say, "Hey kid, I'm proud of you for doing this," because I would have just, caved and wanted to be liked, so give you your stuff back. But she doesn't care about being liked. Now, of course, she's only 1, almost 2, but she's only 1. So in her subconscious, she's not even thinking about these things, but just to see your child be the complete opposite of how you are as an adult, and you be okay with it, is that's also crazy. That's also crazy. And my wife wants another one of these fucking children. Like, that's and again, y'all are my therapy. Maybe I shouldn't keep this on the air, but Savannah wants another kid. I'm good. I'll tell you that. I've told her that. Like, that's something we're butting heads about currently. She wants another one. I'm good. I don't want to be selfish. I don't know how else to say it, but like, going through therapy has taught me, when your mental capacity is tapped, just admit that you're tapped. There's nothing wrong with admitting defeat. And it's not even defeat. To talk about a child like that's kind of crazy, but that's just me being honest. I don't know. So we may have another kid. We're probably going to have another kid. I don't know. Maybe I need to get off of that. Maybe I need to get on another subject. But this is what therapy is. Sitting down, talking to Doc one-on-one, trying to figure out who I am, what I am, and where I'm going, because I don't know. All of these questions, all of this stuff that I'm spouting off the top of my head, I think every response, at the end at least, has been, I don't know. And I'm okay with that. You have to be okay with not knowing the answers. I think too many of us want to have the answer to every question all the time, every time. And that's just not going to be the case for most things. For most things, we're not going to have an answer. And you got to be okay with that. Most people aren't, myself included, most times. But you just got to be okay with it. 2025, man, I'm getting older. I'm only 35, but like my mom is 60. My wife's parents are, I think they're 65 and 62. Like, we're getting old, Chuck. And that's another thing that just kind of makes you realize, man, if you want to get something, if you want to accomplish something, you got to start now. And that's another reason for the birth of this podcast. You got to start now. It's not think, it's do. Sometimes we get a little too busy with the doing. We don't do a lot of thinking, but when you get that space in your life where you can just do what you want to do, you got to take that chance. Whenever we had kids, I tell everybody this, my wife included, and we're even going like through couples counseling because it's good. I'm an advocate. Like, I'm an advocate for just going in and talking to somebody. There may not be anything wrong. There's not a lot wrong with me and Savannah. And I say that there's not, I think wrong is the word, is the wrong word. But every relationship, every serious relationship, I feel could use the help of a mediator. And in couples counseling, I mentioned that when we had kids, Savannah, her chemistry changed. She was instantly a mom, and she's good at it. And in that moment, like, I think y'all understand what I'm saying. Maybe you don't. If you don't, put it down in the comments, or I don't know, leave me a voicemail or something. But she changed internally. That kid came and she was instantly a mom. Like, I'm a provider for this child and I got to take care of this kid. And like, this kid depends on me. And in that moment, I was instantly a dad too. Like, kid pops out of the vagine and I'm a dad. Hell yeah. I didn't really have a dad. So like, let's seize this moment. But at the same time, like, I don't know if I saw my life like flash before my eyes, or if it was like a moment where you realize, oh shit, I gotta get my shit together, or like that I'm not gonna say fight or flight, but like that Papa Bear mentality was, yes, all about the kids, but at the same time was like, you've still got a long way to go with what you want to do as John. And these kids, I'm not going to call them inconveniences, because they're not, but you've got to prioritize not only your wife, but your kids now. And oh, by the way, if you still want to like be great and get shit done, you've got to find time to do that too. And it made me go hard in the paint, which is why I think when Roman was born, he was a COVID baby. We grew quickly and fast and at a rapid pace. And now that I'm here looking back on that moment, I realize, man, you might have pushed it a little too far. I'm comfortable with where I am now. But now I'm finally starting to get back into that, having a little time, even if it's 4 a.m., having Sunday morning coffee. The best time to have coffee is Sunday mornings. The next best time to have coffee is all the time. Is the cup you're drinking right now. But But realizing that you've got a lot of things on your plate, a lot of little inconveniences, and you've still got this big laundry list of goals and things that you want to achieve, it's a it's a weird space, man. I don't know if I'm making sense. I feel like most people will understand where I'm coming from, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't make a lot of sense. But I'm back. I'm back. This is who I am. Now, the person y'all saw a couple years ago, DJ Woo Pig, like, I'm still Woo Pig. Make no mistake. But you can call me John. I think that was another thing. Going through therapy, I realized I had a little bit of imposter syndrome. And even now, like, looking back on it, my entire internet, I'm not going to call it fame, but like my entire internet celebrity comes off of a name that's not even real. DJ Woo Pig. And I can't let it go now. I'm 15 years in the game at this point. You can't stop it. But like the older I get, the more I just want to be called John. And you can do a brand change, like you can reinvent yourself like a phoenix. I don't know, but it's easier said than done. Like, sure, I could change all the stuff where you guys would only know me as John, but then you pull up your phone, you're like, who is this guy? And I don't want to confuse y'all. So I'm gonna keep going with what I got. And there's a lot of Johns out there. I should feel special knowing that I've created an entire community across the globe that recognizes DJ Woo Pig and would never in their wildest imagination recognize John Simmons. How crazy is that? I've created an entire identity that is false. I don't know. This sounds crazy. I don't want to get too far off in the deep end, especially like in the first episode. I want you guys to keep coming back. But this is the stuff I think about. Sunday mornings, this is what I think about. What's going on in the world today, man? It's the first of the year. Do any of y'all make New Year's resolutions? I try not to make resolutions at this point. I try to make commitments. I am going to commit to doing this thing. Most people try to lose weight or save some money or pay a bill off. I'm not, it is what it is on those fronts. I'm not trying to do any of that shit. I'm trying to take care of my family and take care of my employees. And find some creative space within my life. Find some margins within my life to do things like these little side projects. So I'm not setting like a New Year's resolution. I'm not setting a New Year's goal. I'm making New Year's commitments to be a better husband, dad, leader, and creator. And let's talk about the word leader. Like that's one thing that's something I never signed up for. I did not sign up to be a leader. I found out really quick that I was terrible at it. But like you hire one person and now you're the leader. They're looking to you to lead, just like all of the other employees. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, I just signed up to be a DJ or to put this LED wall up or whatever it is. And now I'm a leader of people and the ship sails in the way that I direct it. And that's something a lot of people will never have the opportunity to experience. And I think everybody needs a moment in their life where they can be the leader, just so they can put it into perspective of we're just trying to do our best. And I think that's where a lot of parents get joy, like being the leader of children or their household or whatever. But when people are looking at you to lead them in a way towards a paycheck, that's something totally different. Totally different. It's wild. And I don't know. Those are my New Year's commitments. Tell me yours put it down in the comment section. I want to make this a two-way street because I feel like if I get on here and ramble too much, then y'all will just tune out. And I don't want that to happen either. I really feel like I've got some good insight. There's a lot of people that look up to me online. I don't know why. But the people that do look up, like I'm trying to give you some answers. If you're looking for an answer, it may not be a good one, but I'll have an answer. Or I'll lie about it. One of the two. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But that's Sunday morning coffee. I don't know how long it's going to be. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour. I feel like if I did 30 minutes of rambling, then, had a couple reads from the people, giving it back to the people. I feel like we could make this a regular thing. Everybody's dealing with something. Everybody's dealing with some sort of bullshit. Their own version of bullshit. And I would love to, I tell everybody I am a seeker of knowledge. And if you're dealing with something that I haven't dealt with before, or I know that I will deal with in the future, like I'm trying to collect that knowledge now. Because the more I have, the quicker I can get to a decision in this thing called life. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. Now I realize I didn't do enough research. I've had the idea of the Sunday morning coffee podcast in my head for years, maybe a year. And then, I press pause to come back to talk to you guys to I have an email that you can send me an email, write me an email. And I realize Sunday morning coffee is taken. Sunday morning coffee podcast is taken. I get on Apple Music, and sure enough, there's already a freaking Sunday morning coffee podcast. So I don't know what I'm going to call this at this point. Y'all just saw me fuck up in real time. Sometimes life just kicks you in the balls. And that's what just happened to me. So I don't know what to call this. I don't know where it's going. But I'm going to keep doing it because I need an outlet to be creative. I'm not going to call it the DJ Whoopig podcast. Shut up. Anybody who has already typed that in the comment section, shut up. But I guess I'm looking for names at this point. I don't know. But I'm going to release it on Sunday mornings while I'm drinking my coffee, because the best time to drink coffee is Sunday mornings. The next best time to drink a cup of coffee is right now. And hopefully you'll join me again next week. Maybe not. This was a train wreck, so maybe not.